What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge, ProChargeEV.com. I just realized that with this point of view, there's a good chance somebody may leave their bedroom right there and not want to be on camera. So I'm going to move, namely Gordon Lyndon Rush III. Go back to the setup we were in yesterday. However, I was just kind of hoping to be able to sit for today's show, but no worries. All right. Hope everybody is having a wonderful start to your Tuesday. Hope you had a great Monday. LSU ladies will play Virginia Tech in the women's Final Four Friday. And should they advance, they would most likely play South Carolina rematch. I'll probably go pull this clip, but when LSU played South Carolina in the regular season in Columbia, I remember a lot of you asked, hey, you think LSU can beat South Carolina? I said, no. South Carolina's better, it's in Columbia. But I'm not worried about that. What I'm more concerned with is if they get a rematch on a neutral site in the Final Four. And they may just get that. So, got to beat Virginia Tech first. So, it's coming up Friday. Also Friday, AFR live from New Orleans. Hogs for the Cause. Gonna get down there and support the cause. Mincy asked us to pop in, so happy to do that. And for those that aren't familiar, Hogs for the Cause is an organization that essentially provides free housing for children and their families who are having extended hospital stays. So, very cool thing to do. Something that, I know how valuable of a resource that could be because of what we went through with Drew. So, happy to support that. So I'll be there Friday. You got there in the description today, the Saints signed wide receiver Bryan Edwards. Interestingly enough, so Edwards, former third-round pick of the Raiders, so played with Derek Carr, 3 seasons in the NFL, finished up last year actually with the Atlanta Falcons, so knows the division. Saints familiar with the player a little bit, and then obviously Carr is familiar with him. I don't believe they would have made this acquisition without, talking to Derek Carr about the player, but interestingly, Bryan Edwards played collegiately at South Carolina, and South Carolina brought Bryan Edwards to SEC Media Days, and I actually had a one-on-one with Bryan Edwards at SEC Media Days 3-4 years ago, I guess, however many years that's been now, and he's a guy that I'll need to go back and check, but I know going into that season, he was he had all of South Carolina's receiving records in sight, and I think maybe got injured for the bowl game and came up a little short, but like receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, like all of that, like they were like he may have all of those records or some of them and be right there on the cusp of others. So a very accomplished college receiver in the SEC who, as we mentioned, was with the Raiders and the Falcons and now is with the Saints. So, I mean, as we've talked about a good bit, the Saints were not done signing receivers. They just couldn't be, right? You saw Marquez Callaway signed with Denver, and you're very likely not going to re-sign Jarvis Landry. So you couldn't go into the season with just Chris Olave, a very injury-prone Michael Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Traquan Smith. You know what I mean? Like they had to go get a receiver. So they did. And then LSU baseball tonight against Grambling. So Tigers get midweek game before the Thursday, Friday, Saturday series with Tennessee. Really excited about this weekend with Tennessee coming in. So. Much anticipated for a lot of obvious reasons. Tennessee was great a year ago, had the bumpy start, to open SEC play, getting swept by Missouri. But, Skeens, Dolander was going to be a lot of fun on Thursday. And I saw also yesterday that Dylan Cruz was named co-SEC Player of the Week, but he was named but he was also named National Player of the Week. So it's like, wait a minute, he was the co-Player of the Week in the conference, but the National Player of the Week. I guess hitting a bajillion was only good for co in the SEC. Anyway, all right, let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. Trivia Carter, Dominique Cottrell, good morning. Larry Garner, Strong Side, what's up? Hunter Broadhead. Lane Oakley, morning, Matt. Heck of a view for a Tuesday morning. Have a good one. Yeah, man, thanks. I don't know if y'all were here, if you weren't here yesterday, we're at Covey Rise in Husser, Louisiana. So this is the lookout of our cabin. You know, hear the thunder rolls. Boom, boom, boom. Thunder rolls. Jeff Hawk, good morning. How are you, my dude? Hope all is great with you. Hope you're not freezing somewhere up in Buffalo or Canada or Kansas City, maybe. I see a reflection over there. Anyway, Aaron Hornsby, Hunter Picard. That dude Matt is a shooter. So yesterday we shot clays. If you didn't see this, go to my Instagram at Matt Moscota. They have clay skeet shooting courses or whatever out here. And so, you know, Flynn, Foster's shooting, and a lot of Cleveland, Mississippi. Anyway, so I was just going to watch. So Flynn, shoot. I was like, all right. So Flynn gives me the gun. Keep in mind, I've not shot a gun probably since I was 12 years old. I was thinking about it. I think I was 12. A random tangent. We lived for 1 year on Houchitou back in like 1992 or 93. If you're not familiar with Baton Rouge, Houchitou is a long road where today there are these big, beautiful homes on Houchitou. That's a road that's been developed, but 20 years ago, Houchitou was the sticks. I mean, it was just open fields and cow pastures. And we lived down there. We lived there for 1 year because, as I recall, you couldn't get cable there, and they wouldn't deliver a pizza to Houchitou. Like, yeah, we're a little too city for this country life. But we had a home on 3.5 acres that we rented. And like back, you know, on the acreage, there was like this shed, like a barn type deal. And they had a car that was like a 1950s car, right? But it was just rusted, and it hadn't been, grass was growing over it and all. Well, like we took the hood, or the hood was off of it. I remember my dad, for whatever reason, bought a shotgun. I guess that's what you do in the country. It might not have even been a shotgun when I think about it. Maybe just what it felt like then. And we would shoot, like, put bottles or whatever on the hood, and we would shoot. That'd be like target practice. But I think that's the last time I shot a shotgun. So anyway, we're doing the skeet shooting yesterday. I get the gun. Flynn kind of gives me a direction how to hold it, how to, you know, sweeping motion, follow the whatever, blah, blah. So it actually was really good instruction. But so first one, he says, let me know, just say pull. I'm like, pull. First one, pah, crushed it. And I just put the gun down. I walked away. I was like, he's batting 1,000. Done. I did, however, pick the gun up again and missed the next time, hit the following. So I went 2 for 3. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm good. Thanks. Anyway, but yes, video on my my Instagram if you're interested. Aaron Hornsby, Austin Kidder, good morning. Pond looks like it has some bass in it. I bet there are people that fish it. Yeah, for sure. Matt Plavidal, good morning. Hunter Picard, enjoy Covey. Used to work there. Beautiful place. Make sure Alec has fresh coffee for y'all. Got Stephen Miller, happy anniversary plus a day to morning Scone. So was yesterday the 5 years? I don't know if I don't remember the date we started. But if you're doing the math for 365 times 5, I guess the numbers will work out. But I think we had a leap year in there too. But I wonder what the date was, Stephen. I actually went back and found the first episode of Breakfast Scone. But either way, but I couldn't find the date on it. But either way, thanks to everybody who's watched all this time. Shoot, Stephen's an OG. He's been here probably since the first ever episode. Yeah, man, that is a little reflective, isn't it? 5 years, every day for 5 years we've done this show. Like literally every day without ever missing. So thank y'all for coming back, man. It's really cool. Cajun country, are we getting bamboozled by the Pelicans, or are they peaking at the right time? Now, that's a good question, man. Pelicans won yesterday. I saw the score. They not only did they beat Portland, they dominated Portland. A lot of 55 points through three quarters, which I saw was the third fewest points allowed in the game through three quarters in the game this season. So they're doing what they got to do. What up, G Rush? You want me to turn this? I'm doing morning scone.
Morning scone.
Or do you want to be on morning scone?
Not really. I'm still morning.
Okay, there he goes.
Scone. Great show.
Yeah, great show. Thanks, Gordy. That's Gordy.
Good show.
Yeah, there's Gordy.
Great show.
Thanks, Gordy. You're the best.
Yep. Thank you.
Appreciate all the support.
You got it.
Yep. Love and prayers. It's Gordy. Let's see. Austin Berneman. If the Pels make the playoffs, Zion comes back, could they be a threat in the West? I mean, look, Austin, when they were playing their best, right? If we go back to December, Zion healthy, playing the best record in the West, they were a threat to anybody. Like, legitimately, they were a threat in a 7-game series against anyone. I mean, if Zion comes back, does he return to that form, and does the team just instantly gel again? I don't know. And look, you're most likely going to end up in a play-in tournament anyway, so you may have to beat someone twice, just to get in, depending on where you are. So I don't know, man. I'm just not ready to go. I'm glad they're playing well. I want them to make the postseason. I hope they do. I'm just not banking on it, Jason H., good morning. That weather last night. It rained here last night a lot. Patrick Ramos' thoughts on adding Mulkey's name to the court. Weston Weaver, morning, Matt. Wife came through on Tennessee LSU tickets. Okay, great way to kick off the B-Day. Any steakhouse recommendations? Steakhouse recommendations, depends what you like. I mean, of course, Ruth's Chris is always going to give you a great steak. I love Ruffino's as far as combination of ambiance, atmosphere, food, all that sort of stuff. For me, I mean, that's where Eric and I, that's our spot. If you just want great steak, great cut of meat, a little more casual environment, you could always go to Doe's on Government Street. They have a phenomenal steak at Doe's. You can't go wrong. And I'll give you a random one. If you like a dry-aged steak, 18 Steak at Le Berge in the casino, the steakhouse in the casino, has a great dry-aged steak. So if you're going to go to Le Berge and gamble and go to Sportsbook or whatever, that's not a bad option either. Just if you're looking for, so those are very different options for you. Brian Wynn, Tim Gotro, Leon Williams. How do you think the Lady Tigers match up against Virginia Tech? No idea. Have not seen Virginia Tech play a single minute of basketball all year, so I will not lie to you and pretend that I know. I'll just hope that they win on Friday and advance to the championship game and a likely rematch against South Carolina, because that would be an awful lot of fun to see. Brett DeGrow, what's going on? We'll be at the box this weekend. Hope to see you at the BSOBR tailgate. All right, Brett. Very cool. Ronnie Duga, hey, Dad. Good morning. Brad David, anything about timeline, NCAA, and basketball? Nope. My dad says your chair matches the Adirondack chairs. It kind of does, doesn't it? This is, well, you couldn't really tell. This is actually, St. Patty's Day green. You can't tell, and those are teal. So it does look like it, but side by side it really would. But yes, it does look like it on the shot. Kyle DeVille, Tim Kocher, Cordy Rush with the camera. Let's see. Atypical. You'd be great on ESPN. Sports shows suck, not like the old days. Well, thank you for the kind words. And in some respects, I do agree that a lot of sports talk today has become it's like the first take-ification. It's all combative and argumentative and hot takes and not necessarily as fun. Like Sports Center when I was a kid used to be fun. Like, anyway, and sometimes it still is and still can be, but I love sports. Yes. Chris P, The Vessel, what's going on? Pat Huseman, I can honestly say I'm not a day one morning Scone OG. I think my time hop showed about 4.5 years ago. That said, congrats, cheers, good morning, everyone. All right, Pat, 4.5 years is still a heck of a run, so thank you. Donovan Peterson, last one, Leon Williams. Matt, coming to BR last weekend in April. It's a great seafood place to take the family. Yes, Doze is a great place to get a steak. So it depends what you want to eat, right? Like, what kind of seafood are you wanting? You could go to Louisiana Lanyap, which so here's the thing about Lanyap. I think their food is fantastic. And they do take reservations now, thank God. Ambiance, not always my favorite. But a great place. I mean, like, that's Erica's favorite meal in life is the fish and papio at Louisiana Lanyap. So actually, if I was going to suggest, if you just want a great seafood meal, go get the fish and papio at Lanyap. That's what I would suggest. All right, y'all, I think we're going to be done here because I got to go. Antron Hemingway, good morning. Kyle DeVille said, that's why we watch Good Morning Football at the house, but still watch this. Oh, got it. Got it. Okay, y'all. I'm going to bounce. Got to go have breakfast. And we have meetings at 8:45. I don't even know what time it is because I'm not wearing my watch yet. So, anyway, thanks so much for watching. Chris P. just said, what do you think about Brian Edwards? I started the show with that, so I'm about to finish. Just go back and you can watch it there. Trivia, Day 1 OG. Been a crazy ride. Still want the adventure show with Terry. Now that is OG. Okay, I gotta go. Y'all have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe up to the channel. Thanks. Peace, y'all.